The camera is rolling. The carburetor is back. I haven't made much content lately, but I'm going to be back for the rest of the summer with regular videos. A lot of interesting stuff, different stuff. Today we got a spontaneous video because this debate just happened between Joey Carbstrong and Andrew. All through filming this video, I thought that the person in the debate was the more famous of the two brothers. So the guy who's in this debate is TRISTAN Tate. I did notice a couple unusual things. One, I was wondering why he had some accent that would come and it seems to come and go. On the other hand, it is very interesting to me that the way they talk, the speaking manner is like identical. And what's coming out of their mouths is like the same thing. They have the same beliefs, same thinking. At first I thought this debate wasn't worth happening, but then I realized, yeah, this is worthwhile to do, but not worthwhile for us vegans to sit through. I think I'll talk more about that in another video. I might make two today on this. But here I want it to be a short video where I just talk about the one big problem with this debate, and with a lot of vegan debates. Yeah, this one had some similar qualities in which they went off into useless areas. There's a word I wish would be said more often by the vegans. That is, your point is irrelevant. Your point does not matter. So most of the debate was, should thou kill or not kill? Yeah, TRISTAN Tate, of all people, who brought religion into this, and that is just one of the many of his problems, that he was really inconsistent. It mostly centered around, is it okay to kill? And for certain reasons, justified, there's no justification here, except for self-defense. It's the only justification. But what could override most of these arguments is to focus on the abuse. The killing part of the veganism issue is a weak spot for vegans. You can't easily win that point because everything is killed eventually. But no one can deny that the abuse is real and unnecessary. They didn't really get into that much. They also didn't get into the fact that, Tate made the point that the meat feeds people, like the world.
I think that there's no kind way of killing something, and killing something is necessary to keep up the meat production of the world. So I think it's perfectly fine. Meat production of the world.
And Joey could have said, half the world doesn't eat meat. Joey should have made the point right there that factory farms and meat is not the reason we're able to feed 8 billion people. It would be easier, more efficient, feeding those people without the meat. He didn't even make that point. If you keep your focus on the fact that there's abuse and it's unnecessary, it's easier to win. He could have trapped this Tate guy so easily, so many times, because he was so inconsistent. He was making points like it comes down to, if he eats the animal, then that's justification. And that makes a certain sense. He says, yeah, if you're going to get something out of it, not just kill the animal for nothing. But when it comes to abuse, there's no justification. Like, I'm going to use the animal, so it's okay to abuse? No one's going to accept that. And to give an example of how this would work in a debate against Andrew, I do want to show one clip of him. He gets into a justification. I wish Joey would have emphasized more about just what kind of abuse goes on in factory farms. Andrew Tate says he knows, but does he really?
I think cruelty is completely justified, completely, when it comes to getting fed.
One thing I would have said to Andrew TRISTAN Tate was, let's say Frank Tufano came down with a new condition, and he is determined that he needs to start eating human balls. The one thing that could heal his condition, and also to alleviate the symptoms, which would be decreasing his human suffering. TRISTAN Tate, would you donate yours?
I actually don't. I don't care at all.
I can show up to their door and throw beef testicles at them until they hand over their money. Veal testicles, lamb testicles, goat testicles.
bang out the machete.
We definitely have enough testicles to do that.
It allows 2 California companies to offer lab-grown meat.
Was she made from animal
to
cells too?
restaurants. The cultivated meat is grown in steel tanks.
I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up and gut them and skin them and chop them up. I'll eat your ass.
That I would not be surprised about. For some reason, as crazy as he is, the ass-eating part is probably the most normal thing that he said. That I would actually believe.
Boom in her face and grip her up by the neck.
I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. My children aren't going hungry. I'll do it. I'll drink your blood. And I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors.
The man is embarrassing himself now. He's so starved for attention and money that he's out there just saying shit off the cuff and can't even realize when it's stupid.
I think that there's no kind way of killing something, and killing something is necessary to keep up the meat production of the world. So I think it's perfectly fine.
The man is embarrassing himself now. He's so starved for attention and money that he's out there just saying shit off the cuff and can't even realize when it's stupid.